sure all of you know, is Read Across America Day. And yesterday was actually Dr. Seuss's birthday, although we're celebrating it today. But yesterday was Dr. Seuss's birthday. Does anybody know what Dr. Seuss's real name is? Theodore Geisel, yes, was his real name. And where did he come from? Springfield, Massachusetts. He's local. He's a local author. And anybody know how old he's going to be? It would be yesterday on his birthday. 110 years old. So if he were alive today, he'd be very, very old. So a happy birthday to Dr. Seuss. And today you'll have a lot of fun activities that we'll talk about later for Read Across America Day. We always begin the assembly with a reader's oath, and I actually was, over the weekend, I was online looking at a lot of reading websites, and I saw a website of an adult book group. And at the adult book group, there was a large auditorium of people, and they're talking about adults and their book groups and how they work. And they actually had their own pledge that they said that was a takeoff on this reader's oath. So we'd like to begin today by everybody staying in their seat, putting up their right hand, and saying the reader's oath. I promise to read each day and night. I know it's the key to growing up right. I'll read to myself, I'll read to a crowd. It makes no difference if silent or loud. I'll read at my desk, at home and at school, on my beanbag or bed, by the fire or pool. Each book that I read puts smarts in my head, 'cause brains grow more thoughts the more they are fed. Excellent, great job. Does anybody know what a tongue twister is? In the green, what's a tongue twister? Sorry, I can't hear you. It's something hard to say. Does anybody know of any tongue twisters? What's a tongue twister that you might know? How much wood could a woodchuck chuck a woodchuck wood? Tongue twister, right? Couldn't get it out. Somebody's collect seashells. Who's the somebody that we say? What's the word? Sally collects seashells, or she sells seashells by the seashore. What else? Yep. Very good. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. You did a very good job with that. Well, I think you just did a great job. You have another one? It's what? A Greek form. Very good. Oh, yes, you have another one? Something about Sailor Susie. Anybody know that one? I don't know that one. I think I've run out of all the ones I know. Black pepper, brown pepper, 10 times fast, you said? Black background, brown background, 10 times fast. I could not do that. How much stuff can you stuff in the stuffy until? That is a too much for me. Very good. Okay, I think you all have an idea of what tongue twisters are. What was common to all of those tongue twisters? What was common to all of them? Yes. Yeah, they keep repeating the same letter over and over again. And that's what it is when you have a tongue twister. It's a Fraser says it's difficult to say because of all the rhymes and all the repeating sounds. Dr. Seuss, you might not know this, but wrote a book that was filled with tongue twisters that are very difficult to say, some more than others. So what we have done is we've got a group of children from all different grade levels. And today what they are going to do is they are going to be reading to you this tongue twister book.
We have a dinosaur named Din. Din's thin. Din doesn't have much skin, and the bones fall out of his left front shin. Then we have to call in Pinner Flynn, who comes with his handy shin pin bin, and with a thin Flynn shin bone pin, Flynn pins Din's shin bones right back in. Veg spreader, bread spreader. Veg spreader spread spreads on veg. Bread spreader spread butters on breads. And that veg spreader better watch out how he's spreading. That veg spreader sure going to butter his better. Cake, cakes, cream cakes. As he gobbled the cakes on his plate, the greedy ape said as he ate, the greener green grapes are, the keener keen apes are, to gobble green grape cakes. They're great. Are you having trouble in saying this stuff? It's really quite easy for me. I just look in my mirror and see what I say, and then I just say what I see.
Now let's talk about money. You should leave your Crocs home when you travel by air. If you take him along, they charge double the fare. And your Crocs must be packed and locked up in a Crocs box, which costs much, much more than a little old Fox box. So it's heaps a lot cheaper to fly with your foxes than waste all that money on boxes for Crocses. And what do you think costs more? A simple thimble or a single shingle? A simple thimble could cost less than a single shingle would, I guess. So I think that a single shingle should cost more than a simple thimble would.
Eat at Skipper Zips. If you like to eat potato chips and chew pork chops on Clipper ships, I suggest that you chew a few chips and a chop at Skipper Zips Clipper Ship Chip Chop Shop. And if your tongue is getting queasy, don't give up, the next one's easy.
The Fudrullers. There are so many things that you really should know, and that's why I'm bothering telling you so. You should know the first names of the Fudruller brothers who like to pile each on the heads of the others. If you start at the top, there are Fibber and Bud, and Skipper and Jipper, and Jeffrey and Judd, Horatio, Horace, and Hendrix and Hud, and then come Dinwoody and Dindy and Dud. Also Fitzsimmons and Frederick and Bud, and Slinky and Stinky and Sword and Stud. And down at the bottom is poor little Lud, but if Lud ever sneezes, his name will be Mud.
Quack, quack. We have two ducks, one blue, one black. And when our blue duck goes quack, quack, our black duck quickly quacks, quacks back. The quack's blue quacks make her quite a quacker, but black is a quicker quacker backer. Speaking of quacks reminds me of cracks and stacks and sacks and shacks and smacks. So, oh say, can you say, I have cracks in my shack, I have smoke in my stack, and I think there's a schmack in the sack on my back.
West,
Beast, beast.
upon an island hard to reach, the east beast sits upon his beach. Upon the west beach sits the west beast. Each beast thinks he's the best beast. Which beast is best? Well, I thought at first that the east was best and the west was worse. Then I looked again from the west to the east, and I liked the beast on the east beach least.
Pete pats pigs. Pete Briggs pats pigs. Briggs pats pink pigs. Briggs pats big pigs. Don't ask me why, it doesn't matter. Pete Briggs is a big pig patter. Pete Briggs pats his big pink pigs all day. Don't ask me why, I cannot say. Then Pete puts his patted pigs away in his Pete Briggs pig pad.
Fritz food and Fred food.
Fritz needs Fred, and Fred needs Fritz. Fritz feeds Fred, and Fred feeds Fritz. Fred feeds Fritz with Fritzy Fred
Fritz feeds Fred with Fritzy Fritz food. And Fritz, when fed, has often said, I'm a Fred-fed Fritz. Fred's a Fritz-fed Fred. How'd you tell?
Big ones from a gloss.
Well, the gloss you will notice has lots of black spots. The gloss is quite different with lots of black dots. But the big problem is that the spots on a gloss are about the same size as the dots on a cloth. So you first have to spot who the one with the dots is. Then it's easy to tell who the clots or the glots is.
What would you rather be when you grow up?
A cop in a cop's cap, or a cupcake cook in a cupcake cook's cap, or flat flapjack flapper in a flat flapjack cap, or if you think you don't like cops' caps, flapjack flappers or cupcake cooks' caps. Maybe you're one of those choosy chaps who likes kooky captain's caps, perhaps.
More about Blinn. Well, when Blinn comes home tired from his work pinning shins, the happiest hour of old Blinn's day begins. Mr. Blinn is the father of musical twins who tucking twin instruments under twin chins, lull their daddy to sleep with twin Blinn violins, and, oh say can you say, far away in Berlin, a musical urchin named Gretchen von Schwinn has a blue-footed, true-footed, trick-fingered, slick-fingered, six-fingered, six-string, tin Schwinn mandolin.
Rope soap, hoop soap. If you hope to wash soup off a rope, simply scrub it with scrub. Scrub is so strong that no rope is too long. But if you should wish to wash soup off a hoop, I suggest that it's best to let your whole silly souped up hoop soak in soapy Cooper super soup off hoop soak suds.
Merry Christmas much.
One year we had a Christmas brunch with Merry Christmas much to munch. But I don't think you'd care for such. We didn't like to munch much.
And speaking of Christmas, here are some great gifts to give to your daddy. If your daddy's name is Jim, and if Jim swims, and if Jim slim, the perfect Christmas gift for him is a set of Slim Jim swim fins. But if your daddy's name is Dwight, and he likes to look at birds at night, the gift for Dwight that might be right is a bright Dwight bird flight night sight light.
But never give your daddy a walrus. A walrus with whiskers is not a good pet, and a walrus which whispers is worse even yet. When a walrus whispers through tough, rough, wet whiskers, your poor daddy's ear will get whispers and whiskers. And that's almost enough of such stuff for one day. One more and you're finished. Oh, say, can you say?
The storm starts when the drops start dropping. When the drops stop dropping, then the storm starts stopping.
Thank you, that was excellent. Let's give them all one more round of applause. A lot of those were very difficult to say, weren't they? Now maybe some of you can take this book out of the library and practice them on your own, and that might be fun to do. I have to say, I love looking out here and seeing everybody dressed in, so many of you dressed in red, white, and black, the Dr. Seuss colors. That is excellent. Okay, now what I'd like to do is I'd like to call up Mrs. Maloof, I didn't know who was up there, Mrs. Maloof, and she's going to tell us a little bit more about the way the day is going to go and about the raffle drawing.
So I want to thank all the boys and girls and parents, grandparents who bought chances for the raffle because it goes to a very good cause. I know that some of you are aware of what happens to all the money. The money goes to King Philip seniors who are graduating and going to college and planning to go into something in the field of education. So they might want to be a teacher or a principal, a guidance counselor, a music teacher, phys ed teacher, anything you can think of who might work in schools. And last year we were able, out of your generosity, to give 3 scholarships worth $900 each to 3 King Philip students. And they sent us thank you notes. They were so appreciative, and they knew that it all came from you. So thank you so much. And thank you to the great tongue twister readers. I think if you just try to practice saying a single shingle 5 times, you'll be in trouble. But I don't know how they did some of those. It was an excellent job. So besides, I noticed that the Reader's Pledge was all about feeding your brain and getting smarter. But I think you all know that besides reading to get smarter, you read for fun. You read to learn about people who are so different from yourself. You learn to laugh and celebrate reading. And so that's what we're going to be doing today. I know different classes are doing different things. The 3rd graders all have on some kind of either funny socks or 2 different socks or something like that. The teachers, even I have on, like socks with flowers and American flags and things. So it should be a lot of fun today, whether you have a readathon or drop everything and read. I hope that everyone has a good time celebrating Dr. Seuss's birthday, which really is celebrating you and the love of reading.
I'd like you all to have a lot of fun today, reading and doing all your different activities in your classroom. Your teacher will come and get you and lead you out, and I would like everybody to remain silent while this takes place. Thank you very much.